her enough rope to rope her hang herself. You can relax a little bit. Up. And then when mom decides to move forward, you move forward.
Okay.
You want to mention driveway drills?
In our driveway full of cars.
Right there.
Let me grab her. I want to show you something. What we want to do is tune her up. We always want to give her enough rope to hang herself. In the theory that she'll feel the pressure and go, that was probably not such a bright idea.
Oh, good potty outside.
Good potty outside. As long as it ain't in your house, right on.
Exactly.
Clean it up if it's from somebody else's farm. So the first thing we do driveway drills. I let her get to the end, and I just let her. I give her enough rope. Take a step back. Yeah. Let's warm her up a little bit. And so because she's gonna come out on her walk and be like, yeah, I wanna do this. So before you take her out, you just increase the volume. And the house was one thing, but now you increase the volume, you're out in the front yard. She's like, smell, 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 smell. Most people wanna just start going cold and take a few minutes. Doesn't mean you have to do a 10-mile walk. You just gotta work the mind.
Get the engine running.
Yeah, just warm her up a little bit. Make sure all your equipment sits good, high and tight. And then we're like, okay, let's go. Let's rock and roll, kid. And then you assume the position of let's take a proper walk. Walk her on. Now you do know that this rope is sitting here on the left-hand side. Okay, so we know that this ring has to slide towards the side you're walking on. So you'll see this little ring right here. And then, you know, if we walk this way, let's go. Oh. Sit. Easy, squirrel. Remember, where the mind goes, the eyes go. The eyes goes, everything else goes. So if she looks and she looks back, you're good. But now she's ready for a walk. She's ready to go because she knows I can't go unless boss doggies tell me to go.
Good girl. Okay, let's go.
Let that hand go. Just make sure that this one's okay. Whoa.
I walked with her on Saturday, so there you go. You try. I worked with her on
So
Saturday.
let her hit the end and give her a little pop and
And close that hand. Let that go. And now, let her go. Let her keep on pulling. Give her enough rope to hang herself. Now you gotta hang her. When you're ready to correct her, bring this down. Bring this down. And use your hand as a pulley system. She's got to understand what no means before she'll ever understand what yes means. Okay. As she starts accelerating a little bit, put the little brakes on. And if you feel that you're fighting her, let her go to the end and correct the cookie. Good.
there's a horse on the left.
Good. Oh, we're gonna have a wonderful trigger moment here. Be prepared, be comfortable, and look for the fuse before the bomb. She starts pulling, have a conversation with her and say, take it easy, kid. Get up there.
Mm-hmm.
So when you want to slow down, you control
You
the
stop.
brake.
Yeah.
Pump that brake a little bit and go, hey, easy. And just tell her, relax, kid, it's all right. It's all right. So here's our fuse. And our fuse is taking left. So it's
As
fine.
she sees.
Neither does it prove to either animal that it's okay to walk past each other. Neither want to have that conversation this time. One's prey, one's fight, one's flight. I wouldn't want to be the guy on the back.
Yeah.
Oh. Sit.
It's like, ooh,
I know.
hairs.
Don't just let it go.
Mohawks up.
Yep. It's an adrenaline response. Even when she's looking at the thing, you
Because
can
she knows
correct
she's
that.
looking
You
at
can
it
correct
as,
the
that's
gaze.
a prey animal, I should be chasing that. Ah, yeah. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about it. If you went to a dog park? Ducks, yeah, as long as you tell her easy, you don't need to kill it. But have that conversation before she's already there fixated on it.
Hold it up. Don't rubber band it. Don't go up, down, up, down. Hold steady pressure up when you want her to sit. So we want to slow it down a little bit. We want to slow her mind down a little bit because you're going, okay, ready, go. So she already knows she's fired up right now because of the horse. So she saw the horse run away. And now I want you to just relax. Just you don't have to go worry. Don't start walking. Stop moving. Because she's learning to pull the more you walk forward. When she hits the end.
Control the mind, control the space, and limit humanization. So it's none of this, oh, okay, let's go. Just, hey, cut
Hold
it out.
up directly above her head.
There you go. Relax, kid. Just relax. We ain't going anywhere until you're relaxed.
Sitting on the walk is almost as important as the walk because you got to slow that mind down.
And if you're fighting with her like this, that's where you're spinning in the driveway. You're just doing your driveway drill until she respects you on the leash. If you don't respect her on the leash, she's not going.
Sorry.
You what?
He's not listening. I'm sorry.
He's got to practice it.
I know.
That's why we're recording this. Nobody pays attention to me. My wife does it, nobody does. They all ignore me. Until they're like, oh, is that what that guy said? Oh, what did he say? That's all I'm good for. Not in a bad way. That's in a good way. Meaning they're trying to, especially people are tactile. They have to learn to,
You gotta get her to calm down, bro.
and don't be afraid to give her, and you have this gives you, relax that, it's okay. All right, so when she's a meathead, don't manhandle her. Just give her. If you do nothing in this boat but sit in your driveway until she goes to the end and you go and just let her sponge your space.
Okay. Yep. That's a good one.
And just relax.
Careful.
You got it. You got her.
You got it, Taylor.
No, you're still in training.
We're working with you, man. The dog's the easy part. And you're getting there.
Mom's coming to group class.
That's
Yeah.
right. I was there on Saturday. I'll be there Saturday again.
And if you're fighting with it, you just come here. We'll do this. We'll do this all day. Good. Yeah. Easy. That's like it's what it's like. You can relax that elbow a little bit.
See, now she's walking with you.
You might want to pick that slack up just so you're not tripping over it, but let her walk with you. You feel that 1 second or two you had that? That's what you want to feel every time you pick up that leash. And that's what you strive for. And you don't leave the house until you and her have that understanding. That's the only way you're going to move forward, honey, is by walking with me. Nice.
That's enough. Like booster. Yep. She goes a little forward. We go. Tap on that brake. She's speeding through that light, man. We gotta call it easy, sunshine. All right, now she's not paying attention.
Turn.
And she's gonna go. Oh, sorry.
Sit. Sit.
Remember, her pulling up on the leash isn't her being disobedient. It's being, she's more interested in what's ahead of you than you, and therefore you have to be the reason she wants to come back to you. Sometimes you got to remind her, hey, what's over here, man? Come back to me, baby. And that's all you want to ask her.
When she goes to sniff something on the ground, give her a little pop up and pair it with the as well. A structured walk is no sniffing, pooping, peeing, walk by my side. When I release you, like if you get to an area where you want to let her go potty, put her into a sit, and then you go, okay, go potty, and it's that release word again. But it's on your terms,
Good,
not hers.
Good. Yes, yes, yes. He's starting to get it. God, I would have hated to see what the first dance was when you guys got married. Like. Ask my wife. She's still traumatized by it. She's like, "You're not sure you're not an epileptic, right? Just relax."
Look at that.
And then peel away.
Turn around.
Peel away.
There you go.
And as soon as her little mind starts thinking somewhere else, and I just want you to relax. There you go.
Perfect.
It don't have to be pretty, but it has to feel like $1 million. And that's
That
what
was
it
good.
is. That's it. That's it. That's the sag, the lip, this. That's all it is this. Did you see that? Watch his hips.
Yeah, his body language.
Sit first.
Down on a
Now,
walk
why
for
would you want
her.
to put her in down there for a second?
Yeah.
Remember, obedience isn't a sense of, obedience is not necessary unless the dog did something that needs to be obedient, unless you're trying to get her to perform a trick. And she's not. This is the trick is here. Hey. That's the trick. That's the only trick you care about. The rest of it is all, give me food and I'll do whatever you need me to do. But we as humans think that that's how we can reconfirm our insecurities. Is the dog doing it right or not? When you knew the dog was doing it right, you felt it here. You just felt it. I don't know when you felt it, but you felt it because your hip shifted. And all that meant was, I got it. I felt it.
Let's go.
There you go. Pull him back in. Lunge that little bubby. Huh? Huh? See, when that leash drops like that, she's got it. And that's the only second. Yeah, like I said, I was worried about the dance part. Get him to relax a little bit more, and as he does it, that's why the inside of the house and the driveway drills are so important. But that dog is saying, I can do this, Dad. I totally can do that. Now, Dad's just got to go as the handler, has to look for the fuse before the bomb. Oh, good job. Less spongy, but good job. Did you see how he was trying to sponge her up? Hold it steady enough, not hard, but steady enough that she's not negotiating, because that little sponge.
You don't need the jerk, just straight up.
When he's correcting her, the sponge is okay. Like the little pop is
Right.
okay.
But no, when he's getting her to
When
sit.
he's getting her to sit, yeah, that's the firm hold pressure on.
And we're gonna send this video to you so you'll
Oh,
be
we're
able
posting
to.
it on YouTube.
Oh, great.
But I think now it's Mom's turn.
Yeah.
Dad's got her tuned up pretty good for
He's
you.
almost there. I know this sounds strange. I want you, the more you relax that and this part up here, we're guys, we're the same. It works one way down here, up here. It's a whole different other, we can know how to operate this. So what we want to do is we want to relax.
Come on, let's go.
Yeah. Walk with her. As soon as she starts walking, you tell her to slow down. Now she's starting to yield. She's starting to feel the pressure go, oh, there's a yield. That's a yield. Have that conversation. Talk to her. Under your breath. So you don't tell them you're doing it. That is practice. Now. And a dog don't lie, so the dog knows what his true energy when he's more relaxed. And you're gonna know that's what but that's not the point of it. You know either it's perfunctory or you know there's a feel behind it, a genuineness. Phil can look like a high school teenage dance, but
You gotta try to keep her on the same side. She's on your right side now. Put her back into neutral and reset her.
another little key, and I want to focus on the next lesson too, for all of our clients, is we change the dog in front of us. Put the dog behind us, hand the leash behind you, and then do it that way. A dog never walks in front of you if you're the boss doggy. It would be disrespectful to the leader.
No.
No. No.
To what?
Attack CenturyLink.
Oh yeah. Well,
We've had
that's
some
all right. I
issues.
have one that liked the UPS driver but couldn't stand FedEx. I don't know, it was something.
Leave it alone.
Actually, she ran away from the home once and jumped into a UPS truck, and the driver recognized her and said, I know this dog from someplace. And he ended up bringing her to the closest vet hospital.
Aw.
Yeah. He has these like big old mean pit bull too, and
Maddie?
he's like, I know, Maddie. Yeah.
Maddie.
Yeah, Maddie sat there and. All right, so look for the fuse before the bomb. We know we got traffic coming. We're just chilling. God, look at that. That is gorgeous. Look at that. Relaxed.
Just keep walking.
She'll have no choice but to follow.
Mm-hmm.
There you go, Boop.
Yeah, that was pretty damn good.
Working on it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I narrated my 2 cents. When you watch the video, you'll hear it, but you got it. Once you hear me say you got it, you'll see what I saw, which is feel, and that rope just chilling, and you're gonna like, oh.
So we don't want to ask her if she's ready because that's a trigger word for her and she's gonna get a little excited. Just when you're ready, just say, let's go. Start walking. Just like the cones at group class. Let her hit the end, give her a little tap, and turn around.
I had a friend of mine would always say, sometimes you gotta pull a boy just keep his ass alive. Right? Sometimes you gotta point the kid, you gotta let him know when you stand.
Don't kick anything else.
You got it.
Take some more.
That's it. And then once they go, oh yes ma'am, no ma'am, gotcha. And if you do that with a level of compassion and not anger or frustration,
When I saw her when she was in the store, we stopped on the side.
she's like, that's the conversation. That is it in a nutshell. There you go. Now saddle up next to her. She's sitting. She just doesn't recognize she needs to sit next to you.
You can use the leash to give her a little pop and walk into her for turning into her. You can use the leash to help guide her so she doesn't walk in front of you while you move.
Now, if the dog pulls a little bit in front, it's okay, as long as you're okay with it. But if she's dragging you, that's why give her the full 5 feet, 6 feet of leash, and give enough rope to hang herself. And when you have to, when you know she's at that rope and she's been testing it, then you give her a little slack up, and then you hold that rope. And this is where that little rubber stopper, keeping the hand so that the rope is this way, perpendicular, and you just use this hand right here, just in the wrist. You could just do it in a quick, that's enough correction for her to go, pay attention. And that's what she needs. That's the jerk at the end of the rope.
You want to try it, Bill? Brooklyn.
Give her a second.
Brooklyn, come.
No, don't call her while she's trying to work with her.
You're
like,
giving
what
her
are
an
you doing?
oxymoron. And she's confused. She'll go, well, I'm supposed to pull, and then you're just hurting.
I'm like, what are you doing?
So you're now, it's like you're hoeing a row of corn with the mule. She's dragging. So what you need to do is, when she's skitting like that, easy, 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 slow down. And if she keeps on driving forward, then what I want you to do is let that one go, give her enough rope to hang herself, and now, and then what you do is you go, as she's pulling ahead, I want you to go down, prepare yourself enough, you got your security, use this to pull it back, just use the flick of the wrist. If you're using this, you're using too much pressure, unless she's going after, so let me make her grab this. So let's say she was going after something very dangerous, like, or there's a dog coming up, let's go. I don't got time for this move. Get her out of there. Don't worry about behavior or obedience. But when you're walking and there's no real competition for her resources, let her go ahead enough, and then I already know that I'm ready to pop her because she's now earned that. So now I got to do it as compassionately as possible. When I do it like this very quickly, the correction happens, but it's like, hey, pay attention to me. Get over here. We're not having a conversation here now. I need you to pay attention to me. Now, once she's there, relax, and then you go, okay, let's go. Relax. Be surfing up it where I do this. Come on, let's go. Let's go. See how the rope is always constantly tense?
Right.
I want her to just chill. And this is where you're getting there, and you just gotta feel it. And then she'll do it.
Ken, I'm not a runner, but running's the same concept. Just at your pace, right?
At your pace, yeah. She'll figure it out. They'll eventually find the groove. I mean, if I run, the dog will be, maybe needing to go back and get medical help. So the recall was
Last,
working.
oh, Timmy fell in the well.
Relax. I want you to relax. You come, get in your position. Good. Just hold it, hold it.
This is great.
Give her a
distraction.
little knee. If she's not paying attention, you just cut your shit out. Because she's
distracted.
rightly so.
Good.
Relax.
Look at that foot.
So then you can go down and go, When you want to correct her, tick-tock her on this level, like a clock. Yeah, no. But also, putting the fuse in front of the bomb, or putting the chocolate cake in front of the me, or beer or chocolate cake in front of me is not good. So we don't stay very long in front of those things, because then the dog's gonna have no choice but to be fixated on that. It's just instinct. So once you've got her under control, don't try to obedience her into to a solid state, because you're just saying, look, I gotta correct that. That's not right. I hope that made sense.
Brooklyn. Good dog.
Now we don't want two handlers giving her information at the same time, because that she'll get distracted. She won't know who to listen to. So whoever's handling her, we want to make sure they're giving the correction. And if you need to talk to the handler, like say, oh, hey, do this way, point it out to the handler, not the dog.
Yeah. And it really is. This is why understand out here, the volume is so much more significant, so the obedience is so much more shoddier out here because you're competing with
Distractions.
way too much. And that's what outside's about. Remember, the walk is the most primal side of the dog. It's the hunt. This is the 99% we're feeding right now. That dog barking and hooping and hollering is behaving at its 99%. No matter how much, come back here screaming and hollering, the dog's being overridden by nature. So in this case, when we are controlling or manipulating nature in some way, shape, or form, not out of any ill will, we have to be a little more flexible with it. So when she breaks, that's why I don't ask, unless the dog's going absolute batshit nuts outside, then am I gonna sit there and yank and crank on obedience? I'd rather walk the dog away from it than to punish it for trying to get a 1% behavior, which is commands and tricks, to supersede 99% of the instinctual part of the animal. Let's just get the animal out of there, and then once the animal doesn't have to compete with it, it'll go, hey, yo, I got you. And what it will really say is, thank you for getting me out of there. That was stressful, Mom. And you led the dog, and that's what's important. But you gotta give her enough room to hang herself and let it go. It's a 6-foot leash, and eventually, when the dog walks with you, and then all you gotta use this is for is, easy. This is the conversation here. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Here's control, that's communication. Now, unless you're a teacher and you're micromanaging and you're yakking all the time like me, then I'm gonna, that would be this side of the leash. And the dog's gonna eventually go, I hear you, I hear what you're saying. But freedom and being able to feel it, you gotta give the horse its head. You gotta give the
So
dog.
Ken, if I was a stranger and walk up, you ask the handler, can I pet the dog?
No.
No.
No. And here's the reason why. That was a child. And some stranger, can I pet your child? Yeah, if someone walked up to Angela right now and said, oh, that's a pretty girl, get away. No, because I'm advocating. My dog doesn't know who you are. And so my dog is going to go, well, I don't know that person's energy. And then all of a sudden my dog bites somebody. And then you're the jerk. They're going to look at, well, your dog is your problem. I mean, I experienced that on my trip to Texas, right? Someone completely came up to us without us asking to give my dog water, which I didn't ask for, and my dog drank it, and then they wanted to take the bowl back, and my dog bit them. They're like, well, you shouldn't have a dog like that. I said, you shouldn't touch my dog.
It's the same thing with
Don't touch my kids.
It's basically the same thing with these police dogs. People think they can go to the police dogs.
Yeah.
The dog acts.
No. Those dogs, they'll let you know if when a dog has to do that, they bring a separate dog. They have each handler, each police dog, they have several in that kennel they're working with. All of them are very obedient, all very good. But some are better behaved at that kind of interaction because they may not really be bite dogs. They may actually be scent detection dogs,
Right.
which are just your pet dogs that just love
But
to smell stuff.
Well, Northtown travels with the K9 dogs basically as their partner.
Yes. And the handler will know, and the handler, plus they have like massive insurance. So if they're like going to a school, they'll muzzle the dog. And the dog is completely fine with the muzzle.
And
All right.
loving on all the kids.
Yeah, so that there's no question about it. And the handler's got an e-collar on that dog. I've watched, I've worked with him. I know exactly what he's doing with that dog. But that dog also knows that the kids love him. The dog wants to chase things that are running away, like bad guys, right? So unless there's a little kid running down the hallway, there the handler's gonna go, oh, we're not going after that thing.
But it also knows the command also.
Yeah, and that puppy's been so inundated with love since day one, because that it goes home with them. So the handler, I guarantee, is telling his kids, love on this puppy, and when I was talking to him, he's like, yeah, we bring home, when I work with Metro guys, he said, yeah, we bring them home, and they're like normal dogs at home, because they are. He said, but when my daughter says I want to take the dog for a walk, he's like, no, I know you know how to walk our other 4 dogs, and I know you know how to do it properly, but this is a loaded weapon. And you are not that handled to know to take this dog out. I believe in treating every dog that way to a certain extent, because it's the dopamine that we get when we want to touch and love dogs. So for you guys, when you come up to a strange dog, or if you're at the house and you want someone wants to pet your dog and you're okay with it and you're safe with it, then what you want them to do is walk up to Brooklyn and not approach her this way, but go down on her level, okay? Because I don't care whether you're a human or an animal. If someone talks to you face to face, that's respect, all right? And then just go and put your thumb right back down here, right behind the collar, and scrub the collar and say, yeah, that's a good girl, yeah, and keep your distance, right? Because if the dog wants to lunge, now I got control. You don't know what the dog is reading because you don't know what the energy of the human's reading. The dog knows more than you do at that given time. Twirl. So when we see correctable moments like that, you don't always have to do it by leash. You can do it by and she'll go, yeah, what? Does that make sense? Cool.
When interacting with other dogs, for example, my coworker would like her to meet their dog. Okay. Do you want to leave them on their little drag leash, or you have to?
I like to do this. If I'm gonna do any sort where both parties understand, as long as there's a mutual respect between owners, like you don't have someone that's completely ignorant and rude coming over and bringing their ignorant, rude dog over. And if you don't feel comfortable with it, then say, no, I don't. But the first thing you do is take them for a walk. Just take a walk together, not so
Both
much
animals on
obedience, no
leashes
yank or
and-
crank, and just let them do. But
Separate.
that dog's over there, you're over here, and you people are in the middle, and you're just chit-chatting away, having a good conversation about life, liberty, and the pursuit of employment. And then all of a sudden, the dogs are going to feel a calmer energy.
So they'll commingle.
Yeah, and the dogs will they may still not like each other, or, you know, she's going to be, hey, you want to play? Because she's a more socially well-balanced dog, so she's going to want to play, want to play, want to play, want to play, want to play. No, the dog, and the other dog's going to be like, I don't know who you are, crazy, but stay away from me.
Well, I've seen that the way the interaction with the other dogs. The way
Sure.
She loves, Cat, I've seen it with you, and when you let her out, and she's out there with, running around with, Tyson was her best, looks like her best bud.
But if I brought Stryker out, Stryker's going to look at her and go, I don't want nothing to do with this. And he's a Malinois. That's an 8-year-old dog.
He's a Malinois Shepherd, same breed.
Yeah, same breed. Doesn't mean they both could play the same way, but he doesn't like, he's a grumpy grandpa. At 5 years old, dogs become grumpy grandpas. They're like, I know what I want, I know what I'm good with, I don't have time for this nonsense. And we see it all the time because we mature dogs out of rank, right? My Beezy,
She's going for a rock.
who's her stunt double, right? Only just a little bigger and a little pudgier. The Beezy, it used to be like her until she grew out of it. Now Beezy is at the point where she's like, look, I get you your puppy, I get you this, and I get you that. I'll tolerate you up to a point, but if I don't, I'm going to let you know. Under no certain circumstances, you put the rest of the pack into liability. So when you're doing that, the reason I'm saying you do that walk is to walk with the
Grayson
migration.
gets in between them and intervenes.
The migration
Yep,
members
he
get
corrects
the
them.
The weak members of the pack get called out. So if you're creating a new pack, does that make sense? Like, so that's why you do your first walk together, or you
separate.
do meet in a dog park, but you don't go in a dog park, you go walk the field together and just hang.
Right.
I'm not wrong from what I'm saying.
Them coexisting is more important than them interacting,
Right.
especially the first time.
Right.
Well, dog parks are
Dangerous.
They're
dangerous.
It's the prison yard, so you can't.
I actually have a coworker of mine that actually had to, inhumanely destroy a dog at a dog park because their dog put a physical threat on their puppy. The pit bull was not controlled by the owner. He dropped a knee to prevent the pit bull from getting at a puppy, and the pit bull really instinctively went to attack the puppy, and in an aggressive manner to actually hurt the puppy. And he happened to have had a pocket knife on his hip, and had to intervene when they destroyed the dog because the dog was as a threat to his puppy, and animal control had to.
Okay, so there's a horse coming up, and we know what happened last time.
Good.
So we see the fuse before the bomb.
So now I want you to do is slide this up and have the conversation. Hold it right here. You can get on her side. Don't let her. You're in control.
I was gonna say she just
You
moved.
have
She
to
was
talk.
on the
That
right
horse
side.
comes by. You want to step in front of that animal and tell her, hey, you ain't got nothing to worry about. Just relax.
Good.
You ain't got nothing. No, you ain't got to worry about this. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
No problem. Hiya. Hiya. Don't give her. Just her. Easy. And then take her away. Go that direction.
Now walk
That's
away,
the
yep.
fuse and the bomb. Go that way.
Give her a little tug. Good.
pit bull being
Now look at mom's hand. So mom, hold on for a second. So look at your hand. Just come back around. All right. Did you see that? Hold it like this. And now this is for communication. If you're trying to use this for control and you're holding it upside down, you're not going to ride a bicycle this way. You've got to go this way because all of a sudden, while the distraction's that way, if the distraction was this way, she'd be out of control and she'd already be at the end of that leash.
Okay. So
This way, when you want to talk to her, you go sit, and then you can
Flip your hand over.
relax the fingers, and that'll give you enough slack to go yes.
Okay.
And then, when you really need to, or when she starts pulling more forward, and let's say this is out of control, and you're just loose leash walking, and she's walking with you, and let's say she starts pulling away, you can just go that direction with the leash and pull her back in. And then slide it back down and just go, hey, let's have a conversation. This is your cell phone. This is the control to make sure she didn't go after the horse. And now you just go, enough. And it's okay to just go, cut it out. Thank you. Just tell her when she's too squirrel. Squirrel, squirrel, squirrel. I just saw squirrel, 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 squirrel. And mom's all stressed. Everybody's stressed because the horse.
Sit.
Hold it up. And then once she's chilled, once she's chilled, she gives you eye contact. Pressure up. Let's pressure up that way, perpendicular. And then you can relax that arm. I want you to just, it's all about feel, because she's feeling the tension, and you just go, okay. Easy.
Sometimes you do just want to sit there and let the leash be loose.
Yeah.
Just absorb the world go by. So let her hit the end, give her a tug, and turn around. Yep. And turn around, go the other way.
Go the other way. Yep.
Perfect. She keeps
Pick it up,
pulling.
honey, until,
Give her the
keep on
whole
telling
line.
you, until we get this figured out, you're gonna have to figure it out. There you go. Once you start speeding up a little bit, go pulls away, you can just go,
She's so squirrely.
And this is so hard for her because she is such a squirrely dog, and we're in the wind, and we got butterflies, and we got all sorts of goofy stuff. So just hold up now. She's spinning around. Saddle up next to her.
She's literally spinning around.
She is. And keep on holding her perpendicular, and just say not until you relax, honey. Are you gonna get anything? But watch where the eyes go. If there's something she's fixated on, then you peel away from that. You peel away from the distraction and let her focus on something else.
I had to just square up with her.
Yeah.
She kept making
Inside the house, you'll do better when you start applying pressure. It's her getting. So now we go. Cut your shit out. Enough. Enough. It's okay to have a conversation and say enough or it's enough. Cut your shit out. And you do it with compassion, but you still got to put the metaphorical foot up the ass. In the nicest way possible.
Okay.
All right.
I think she's getting a little.
She's fired up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been 40 minutes out here, so.
Okay. So now I want you to just relax. So we're going to do one more exercise.
Okay.
And I want you to prepare for this because I know what she's going to do. Yeah, you know what I'm going to do. We're going to let her, we're going to go. We're all going to start migrating. And she's going to bolt like a rocket. And then when she gets to the end, I want you to go, no. I mean, no as hard as no can be. All right, you won't hurt the dog. It's 12 pounds of pressure. It just controls the head. But oh my God, Mom just said what?
Okay.
All right, so we're not gonna invite her or tease her, but we want us to all migrate together. And once you start feeling this way too much pressure there,
Now.
then what I want you to do is, as she's pulling forward, let's get her back a little bit, pull her back, and then,
She pulls.
yeah, and then when she gets the end, then again, set her up again, so that you have a little bit of a rubber band before you give again. If you're giving the yank and the rope is taut already, then you're only moving the body, you're not shocking it. You're not surprising it. And that's where no! You're like, what the fuck? That's what we want. Is no correction was needed, because she has been paired once or twice with a physical correction timed right at the same time she heard no. All right, and that's what we want to give her. We want to give her enough rope to hang herself and realize that clicking can actually hurt. Metaphor. I don't know she's gonna. All right, so now I just want you to let that thing go. And take a step forward. Easy.
Now.
So then meet up, give her one big step up before you do it, and then you'll
Give her a correction. Go ahead, do it.
Whoa. Whoa.
and then just sit there. Let her. She's still not getting the full your no.
Do you want to show them the actual, so they can see you do it?
Okay. Come here. So stay right there. I'll show you. Ah.
You see how now she's like, oh, I got you.
Now, let's go. Let's go. Come here.
Makes sense, Paul?
Yes. Sometimes you gotta kill a boy just to keep his ass in line, is the saying. And when we say that statement, it means sometimes I gotta make her think that it's the end of the world. So when you do it, make sure, if we do, we're not soft, and we don't add enough, I'm not gonna, don't make me stop this car. Seriously, you just drove 3 lanes of traffic. I have to do more than you get a ticket. It's that energy that's a solid. I don't want to say anger. I don't like to use anger as a form of energy, but it's where that state changes, where you're done. You're gritting your teeth at this point in time. You're that frustrated, and then when you're ready to do it, and that dog keeps on pushing you, that's when you set her up. You just hold on to that leash, and then as she starts leading and pulling forward, you just want enough slack in there, so bam. This is marine rope. It's meant to stretch for a reason, right? So we're not actually the stretch. Everything we're doing, the amount of pressure goes down because the rope is still flexible under duress, and that's why now everything I can do has some value. Sit. And I'm getting nothing but lick lips and yes, boss, no, boss, what do you need me to do, boss? Good. Good. Up, up. And then wait a second. Don't go really right. Just give her a second to absorb it. Going, shit, what the hell just happened? What did I do? Good. All right. But that relationship is what you'll work on. The more you get to have that relationship, don't worry about outside doing the tricks and the trains and all that.
Right.
Just, I want her, all I care about is that you feel that. You feel it. When you're walking her, you're gonna be the the king of the ball, man. It's gonna be,
And make your pets be something earned, because now she's getting pushy with you and licking and nibbling, and
Yeah.
that's not where she should get pet. So remove yourself as the attention. Because the petting is more for you than it is for her.
remember,
So she's got to earn it.
it's dehumanization. That's humanization. I only tell her okay once she's actually